So stress and tension is really important. And remember, we did a body scan, a little modified body scan at the beginning of this. And remember, we talked about body scans in one of the methods that we use. And that is because relaxation is key, because there is a close correlation between tension, physical tension, and stress. And one of the mindfulness techniques we use to help us settle down and to help us when we notice that we're under stress, to help us dial it back or fade it back, are relaxation techniques. So let's take a look at that. When our minds are stressed, our bodies tend to constrict and get tight. So see this guy in the green chair there. I mean, you can see in his body that he's tense. When you relax, your body tends to be less tense and your mind will tend to follow. So tensing up, like the guy in the green chair, it's a little bit like putting on a suit of armor. It's a way to protect yourself. It makes sense. Remember, we talked about the fight or flight as being a survival mechanism, right? It's a very important survival mechanism. So it makes sense that we basically armor ourselves with this suit of armor of a tenser body to protect ourselves. But when we recognize that we really aren't being threatened, that we're not, the survival mechanism is a bit of an overkill for what the situation actually is, then if we can start to relax, we notice that our minds relax. So that's one of the reasons why we talk about minds changing bodies and bodies changing minds. And there was a research study about the superhuman or superhero pose. I don't know if you guys know about it. There was some confusion about the efficacy of that research, but as a practical matter, this is something kids really like, and it just makes so much sense to me. And the idea is that if you take a strong stance, if you're feeling out of sorts, if you're feeling closed up, if you're able to take a strong stance like a superhero, shoulders back, chin up, and just hold that stance for just a few minutes or just a few seconds, automatically you start to feel better. And that's an idea of how minds change bodies and bodies change minds. So in the same way, if you are feeling tense and you're stressed, and your mind, you're not having an easy time of letting go of the stress in the mind, what you can do is you can bring your awareness into your body and lower your shoulders. Feel your feet. Rest your hands easy on your lap and feel your hands. And these simple methods of bringing attention into your body and relaxing have a way of also changing your mind. So again, another one of the things I'd like you to take away from this, besides the fact that mindfulness develops trainable life skills, is this idea that minds change bodies and bodies change minds. So sometimes if we're feeling tense like this, trying to help that, trying to change that from the mind perspective is kind of tough because our mind's already locked. But if we change it from the body perspective, if we work with it from the body perspective by bringing our minds into our bodies and relaxing, then often the mind will follow.